Welcome to Friday morning Hatha. We are going to have about a 55 to 60-minute yoga session, sort of focusing on the whole body, but in terms of the main focus of the physical body, it's going to be strengthening our side bodies. So we're going to get nice and long and strong through the side body of the torso. So yeah, okay, let's come back to a seated position. We'll start seated. We won't be here for too long, but if you do have like a little cushion or something to sit on, then that's always a little more comfortable. And we'll start seated this morning and with the intention of having a nice, beautiful, long spine. So getting heavy and grounded through the sit bones. Let the shoulder blades drop down the back side of the body. Maybe just a little tuck of the chin to lengthen the back of the neck too. You're really reaching out, lengthening through the spine. And now I want you to take your attention and focus on the breath. With a beautiful long spine, it should give you lots of space to expand the rib cage. Just take a couple of breaths here. Nice and slow, nice and steady. On your next exhale, really softening and releasing any tension through the forehead, release through the jaw, soften the whole face. Maybe taking this time and stillness to set an intention for this morning's practice. Now that it's Friday, is there anything that you want to finish the week on in terms of a certain quality or energy or anything, or a little bit more of in your life right now? And you're next taking your inhale breath. We're going to take a bigger, deeper breath and hold the inhale at the top. So really fill the chest, fill the belly right up. Hold it for 1, hold it for 2, hold it for 3, and then open the mouth to sigh that breath out. Open your eyes up if you shut them down, and we're going to come to lying down on our back. Swiveling yourself around. So starting with the knees bent, hands on belly for a moment here. Allow the body to kind of flatten out on the ground, nice and soft. And then straight away, we'll bring some intensity into the low belly. And take the legs and the feet straight up to the sky. So they don't need to be straight as in straight at the knees. You can have them a little bit bent, whatever feels comfortable through the hips, through the pelvis. But the idea is that they're up here, not out here, not down here. They're up at the sky. So even just by bringing our legs in that position, we already might feel the abdominal center turn on a bit. Taking fingers to behind the ears, around the temples, elbows wide. We're going to inhale, just pausing here. Our exhale breath, we're going to lift our head and our shoulders up off the ground. The idea is we're coming right up, shoulder blades completely off the ground. Inhale to lower down. Exhale to lift. Head and shoulders up off the ground. Couple more like this. Inhale to lower. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. With the exhale breath, really compressing, bringing belly button down to the spine. Inhale. Let's go 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Last big one. How high can you get up off the ground? And inhale. Relax the head and shoulders. Relax the knees back down to the ground. Take hands to belly center. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Alrighty. Toes back up to the sky. Stabilizing through the pelvis, fingers back to the temples, or behind the ears. We're going to add on a little bit. It's going to be the same move with a little twist. So as I sort of said at the beginning of class, we're going to be focusing on the side body today. So let's get them nice and strong. First, we'll take our inhale breath. Just pausing, exhale breath to lift, straight down the middle. And then we're going to take ourselves to the right. So both elbows coming over to the right. And the idea is the left shoulder blade is even with the twist, even moving to the right, the left shoulder blade stays off the ground, so we stay high. Inhale, lower back to the ground. Exhale, lift, straight down the middle first, head and shoulders up, then we twist to the left. This time it's the right shoulder blade staying off the ground, so staying high. Inhale, lower to the ground. Exhale, lift. Twist to the right, stay high. Inhale. Exhale to lift. Twist to the left. We'll take one more either side. Inhale, lower. Exhale, big lift up off the ground, staying high, staying engaged. Twist. Oh, I can't quite get the elbow off the ground anymore. I'm getting a bit tired. Last one. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Twisting to the left. Stay high. And lower yourself down. Legs can relax. Hands to belly center. Big deep breath in. Big sigh out. And then just a couple more breaths in your own time here. Allowing the body to settle. Allowing the body to relax again. From here, however you like to move up and over, we're going to come over sort of onto our hands and knees again here. So you can rock and roll on the spine, which I quite like for a little massage on the spine, but otherwise if that doesn't feel good, you can roll to the side and come up. And we'll come all the way up and over, but we're going to start on our elbows. So elbows down, palms flat. And the first sort of position here we're going to do is really just spreading the shoulder blades across the back body to round the upper back. You can let the head drop a little. So we're really pushing away. That's kind of like our cat pose here. We'll take a little sort of cow equivalent. So you can sort of let the shoulder blades come together, drop the chest down, drop the belly a little, maybe lift the head, lift the tail. It's kind of like our cat cow with our elbows down the ground. So it probably feels a little bit different, but at the same time, quite nice and familiar for the spine. We'll take one more either way, push the floor away, round through that back, spread the shoulder blades. And we'll drop the belly, lift tail, lift head. And then we'll just reset here for a moment. We're going to push up into a full dolphin pose in a second. So if you know that you have quite tight shoulders, what I'll get you to do is clasp your fingers together like this. And so it just gives you a little bit more space in the shoulders. But otherwise you can keep the palms flat, totally up to you. So we'll go back to the rounded, push to the floor, round to the upper back, drop the head, shoulder blades spread, and then from here we'll tuck toes, send hips high, straight into our dolphin pose. We won't be here for long. This one's a tricky one on the shoulders, so we're going to press through hands, press through the elbows to find the length, that extension at the shoulders. Let the head drop, let the neck be heavy, hips high, 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, relax the knees down. Coming back to a child's pose here. We just do a little rotation with the palms up to the sky as we settle the hips back. Usually feels quite nice on the shoulders after that one. And then we'll take slightly more familiar position now. We're going to spread the fingers, so we're up on the palms, weight spread across the whole hand. And when you're ready, tucking your toes, downward facing dog. And taking any little movements here that feel good through the body. You might want to pedal out the heels or wiggle up the hips. Just invite you to explore your body, explore this position today. And then when you have got all the little wiggles out, let's take 2 big, slow, steady breaths in stillness. So we're just grounding through the hands, grounding through the feet. And then nice and slowly here, we're going to inhale, lift the right leg up and back behind. It's our 3-legged dog. We're going to exhale, bring that knee all the way across the body towards the left elbow. So we're crossing the body. Now that's right, we're turning the obliques on to get the knee nice and well across the body. Squeeze it in. Inhale, let's extend it back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, across the body. Good. Inhale. And exhale, lower that foot down to the ground, back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in the middle point. All right, we're going to be on our hands for a little bit longer. Taking the left leg up and back behind. Exhale. Left knee, right elbow. So we're crossing it all the way across the body. Squeeze it in. Inhale. Extend it back. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. And relax the foot down to the ground. From here, big bend in the knees. Taking as many little steps as you need to come to the top of the mat. Hanging out, forward fold here. Maybe you want to just grab the elbows just for a moment. Let the head hang. Really soften through the back side of the body. And then when you're ready, we're going to roll ourselves up this time. So we're starting at the tailbone, a little tap at the tailbone, and slowly, slowly up, standing. Take an inhale with the hands reaching up to the sky. More exhale, hands back to heart center. Recenter here, reground with your breath. Connecting feet to the earth, maybe taking yourself back to the attention that you have. Next big breath. Inhale, hands up above the head. Exhale, folding forward. Halfway lift. Take an inhale, shoulder blades come onto the back side of the body, spine length. Exhale, fold. Stepping the right foot back down the mat. Lower the back knee. Inhale, reach away. We're staying tucked on the back toe here. Back foot, toes are tucked in our lunge today. Because what I want you to do is I want you to press through that foot at the back to really engage and open through the front of the hip. Let's take 2 or 3 breaths here, softening into the hips. If you're anything like me and you've got a terrible at-home working setup, your hip flexors will be tight. So always nice to really counter the position that we spend a lot of our time in with this lovely opening through the front of the hip. One more, big deep breath here. We'll take the exhale breath, hands down, either side of the front foot. We're going to step back to our plank position. Hips stay low, knees can come down to the earth. Inhale at the top. Exhale, slow chaturanga, lower, elbows stay narrow to the ground. Reset here. We're going to take our time with our vinyasa today. So really concentrate here on the pressing of the tops of the feet down to the ground, lifting the kneecaps up off the ground, lengthening the tail before you do anything with your cobra. So get all of that activity on. Then we'll take our inhale breath, shoulder blades squeeze together, open the front of the chest. And you may not lift very high at all to be able to maintain that length of the tailbone. When you're ready, we'll exhale low and we'll press back all the way downward facing. Big deep breath in downward. Right leg up and back behind, inhale. Exhale, stepping it all the way through. Lower the back knee down. Same as last time, we've got toes tucked on the back foot. Reaching arms to the sky, but really pressing through the left toes. To sort of turn everything on that side and really allow the body to soften and open through the front of the hip, through those hip flexors. One more big deep breath, inhale, a little reach to the sky through the fingers. Exhale, we're going to take hands either side of front foot. We're going to step to the top of the mat. So sort of spring off the back foot, big step, top of the mat, forward fold. Our inhale takes us to halfway lift. Exhale, fold and bend, soften the knees if you want. Our inhale breath, ground through heels, reaching forward and up all the way to standing. Exhale, that's the heart center. I'm going to go through that full rotation one more time. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, fold. Soften through the spine here. Inhale, long spine, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Left leg this time. Step back and down. Lower the back knee down. You can lengthen the toes this time, so you don't have to stay tucked to the toes. Inhale up, couple of breaths. Just like before, we've still got that activity through the left leg on the side, but we're not quite pressing for the toes as we were. If you want to maybe soften forward a little bit, just experiment. See how the hips feel as you come forward, as you come back. Maybe thinking about the pelvis and lengthening the tail. One more big inhale breath. Reach fingers. Exhale, hands either side of front foot. Stepping back. We're going to go straight back to our plank position here. So press through hands. Turn the core on. Front foot to back foot. Plank position. You can stay on the toes if you want. Or we'll inhale at the top here. And we'll exhale, slow chaturanga to lower. Reset. Remember, taking your time here. Pressing through the tops of the feet. Lifting the kneecaps. Lengthening the tail. Elbows close to the ribs. Squeeze them on in. And we'll inhale, shoulder blades together. Little lift the chest. Keep the chin tucked to make sure the back of the neck is long though. We want extension through the thoracic spine as much as possible, not necessarily the extension through the neck. So keep the back of the spine. Exhale low. Press that downward facing dog. Take a big deep breath in here. Inhale, left leg up and back behind. Exhale, step that foot all the way through. Big old step between the hands. Lower the back feet down. Lengthen the back toes. Inhale, reach. Maybe a little movement here. You might want to sit yourself forward, see how that feels. Sit yourself back and lengthen the tail. Just experiment and play and tune into your hips. How are your hips feeling? Last big inhale, little reach through fingers. Exhale, hands either side of front foot, stepping to the top of the mat. So a big sort of spring forward, top of the mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Inhale. Exhale, float. Ground through gears. Inhale, all the way to standing. Exhale, hands down, center. Rounding down. From here, we're going to step straight back with the right leg. So maybe playing with the balance a little bit and stepping back nice and slowly, all the way back, straight into crescent lunge. So you can reach the fingers up to the sky. Just as we did in our low lunge, we're going to really press through the toes of the back leg. And if anything, we're kind of activating the glute a little bit, or squeezing the bum muscle on the back of the right leg to open out the front of the hip. We're just going to take an inhale breath here, straighten the front leg. Mine was almost straight anyway. And we're going to exhale, bend into that front leg. So just sort of, again, playing and experimenting with the hips here. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, sink down into that front leg. Take one more like that. Inhale. Yeah, and you can always bend the back leg as well, of course, if you need to. That one doesn't need to stay straight. Good. Let's inhale here. And exhale, swivel open to our warrior two pose. Good, so nice and familiar. Always a good pose to kind of check in and see how the body's feeling. Front legs are left knee on the side. Really want you to make sure that it's tracking over the little toe side of that front foot. That's a really important alignment to have in warrior pose. And then we're kind of checking our feet, making sure that our whole foot is gripped onto the ground, that we're not rolling in on the arch or rolling all the way back on the outside. It's quite sort of balanced on the feet. Got a little bit of lift at the low belly, a little bit of length at the tail, shoulders down the back body, arms reached out from the shoulders. And here, instead of taking the gaze, well, we usually take our gaze to our front hand, but you can turn your head that direction. Then I want you to just close your eyes here for just maybe 2 or 3 breaths. I want you to really tune in and see how the body's feeling. And when you're ready, you can open the eyes back up. We'll reset. So left elbow to knee, our extended angle. So here, right arm comes up over the head. We're really finding that length down the side body. Open, 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 open. And then here, we're going to keep sort of cricket bowling that arm all the way over the top. We're going to lift our back heel and come down to the ground with that right hand. Left hand, inhale and reaches to the sky. So now we're doing that full rotation. A rotated lunge. You can always drop the back knee down if you need to. You don't have to stay high. You can have the low lunge. Good, and then if you haven't already, let's drop the back knee down. And we're going to take that, just take the left hand to the knee. Actually, I'm going to swivel here because it's going to make it a lot easier. You can see what I'm doing exactly. So in our lunge here, hand to knee, right hand is down to the ground. We're going to take the right foot behind us and we're going to swivel this leg. So a little walkie, 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 walkie. And we're going to extend that foot when you're ready to take the weight off it all the way down the mat. So we're now supported side plank. Good, we got there. When you're ready, left hand can reach back to the sky. And if that's feeling good, if that's feeling stable, we'll take the top leg up off the ground. So I want you to flex that foot now, if it's not really flexed. And so we're really pressing through the heel, we're lifting it up and we're engaging side body. Let's take one more breath here. And we'll come back down to the ground. So here I'm just going to swivel all the way over to plank position. So drop the left hand, drop the left toes, extend the right foot, full plank or knees down. Let's take an inhale breath. Exhale, slow chaturanga, slow lower. Checking the toes, checking the knees, checking the tailbone. Inhale, cobra. Or you're welcome to take your full upward dog now. We're quite nice and warm, so you might be ready for that. Exhale back to our downward facing dog. Big deep breath downward. Big sigh out. And then from here, big bend on the knees, nice and soft, and you might take a few little steps or maybe just a couple of big steps. We're coming back to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Ground through here. Inhale, all the way to standing. Exhale, hands up. Take a breath. Take a pause. Next inhale breath. Sorry, we're going to set our left foot straight back. So we just go kind of skip all the other bits and bobs, going up and down in the halfway lift into our crescent lunge. So hips stay square to the front for a bit longer here before we turn to the side. Reaching fingertips to the sky. Maybe thinking about what we did when we were in our low lunge and the back toes were curled under. We're going to press down with the feet, sort of almost as if you're like trying to get the feet together without them actually moving. That's going to really, well, turn the pelvic floor on, get there lots of support all across the whole pelvis, but it also might bring a little more opening into the psoas in the front of the hip. Take one more breath here. Good, and then just a couple of little sort of bend and straightens we did here. Our inhale takes us to straight front leg. Exhale, bend into the front leg, and you can always bend into the back leg too. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more, inhale. And exhale. Good, this time we'll inhale. We'll exhale and we'll swivel the back heel down. So we're rotating ourselves into our warrior two position here, other side. We've got the right leg, so we're actually doing the other side. Check that front knee. So again, that alignment of that knee, which also sets the alignment for the whole hip, should be checking over the little toe side. There isn't like a lot of tightness in the hips. What I recommend you do is actually just step your feet, your back foot forward, so you've just got more space. Rather than being on a straight one line, you're kind of on the train track situation. Checking that you've got that lift in the inner arches of the feet. Arms out, shoulder blades down, gaze to front of hand, and then we'll close our eyes. So it's just a couple of moments, taking out all the visual stimulation to really tune into the body in this nice, familiar position. When you're ready, you can open the eyes back up. We'll come elbow to knee. Left arm up and over the head. Big, long line for our side. Big reach. Beautiful, long line. And from here, we continued with that arm. So left arm comes all the way over. You can kind of start to lift the back heel, start to swivel the shoulders and hips down towards the ground. So left hand down. And then we keep rotating and right fingertips lift. We revolve to the right side. Yeah, one more time. This is the funny little swivel to our supported side plank. So when you're ready, you can lower the back knee down and just relax this top hand onto the knee. We'll take those little walks. Start walking that foot down. Take the back foot behind you as well. Gives you a little bit more support. And then when you're ready, when you've got that balance, you can extend the leg all the way down the mat. Right fingertips reach to the sky. If you're feeling balanced there, pressing through heel, lifting, lifting, lifting. Bring that engagement and a little bit of lift through low belly. So we're drawing the low belly in towards the spine. We've got length at the tail. We've got a long, strong line here. Whew. And then when you're ready, drop that top foot down. Drop the top hand down. Coming back into plank position here. Just can't help myself. I know this is a Hatha class, but I can't help myself with bringing in the vinyasa flow. So if you want to lower your knees here or say hi, we're taking an inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale for cobra or the upward dog. In your own time, whatever your body needs. If it needs more thoracic opening, stay with the cobra. Or if you want a little more intensity, you can go full press with the knees up and full upward dog. So taking the yoga that works for you today. Now make our way to the top of the mat here. So either taking little steps or big steps, or you're welcome to hop to the top. Forward fold. When you get there, we'll breathe out, inhale into our halfway lift, expanding the chest and collarbones, lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold. Ground through heels. Inhale all the way to standing. Exhale, hands out center. Alrighty, grounding through the feet. Now, should be feeling sort of nice and long and strong through the side body here, but we're going to challenge the balance a little bit. So, really starting, so it's our tree pose that we're moving into here. We're going to ground through the right foot and just lighten the left heel off, taking the heel to the ankle, nice and slowly here. I like hands to heart center, but you can take hands out if you need a little bit of balance. That's totally fine as well. And then when you're ready, we'll take foot out to the calf, maybe just seeing where the right height for you today is. Remember, you can always come all the way in and up. It's not the end of the world, but we're ideally staying away from pressing right on into the knee joint. And with the activity that we've got on the outer hip going on from our side plank that we already did, I really want you to press through the heel and see if you can kind of strengthen and lift. It's almost like, if I'm looking at myself in the camera, it's almost like I'm pressing through the right heel to lift the left a little. Playing around with the arms, if you want to extend them up above the head, that's always there as well. And like we did in our warrior two, although it's going to be a lot harder in tree pose, we could try closing our eyes down if you would like. It's always quite a wobbly one. Good. When you're ready, we'll swap over to the other side. Move the other side straight away. So grounding through the left foot this time. Taking your time here, maybe starting at the ankle, maybe finding where the arms feel best for you today. Out is pretty good for helping with the balance. And then playing with taking the weight completely onto that foot. And when you're on that one foot, remember trying that sort of little push and straighten and lift. Feel like you can turn that outer hip on for your support there. That's the good stuff for one of the poses we're going to be doing in a second. Maybe try to slow the eyes down if you want to, or not. Extending the arms is always good. It's always nice to do a couple of little playful balance poses. If you fall out, that's totally fine. I'm on carpet, which is what I always blame for my lack of balance when I'm doing a yoga at home, but sometimes there's more to focus on, so you're just a little bit out of balance. Alrighty, well, back to the top of the mat once you've had a little play. And just as we did before, we're going to kind of shortcut things and step the right foot straight back behind us. Swivel the back heel down, shortcutting things even further to go straight into our warrior two. Skip all of our crescent. Good. Lift our loaded knee. Arm comes over to extended angle. Taking a couple of breaths here, really lengthening through the side body. We're going to take the top arm up and over. We're going to rotate the palm to face behind us. You're going to bring the back of the hand to the low back. So we've got our arms are wrapped around. And then we'll take a big roll with the shoulder. So the shoulder's going to roll up, back, and down. And that might allow you to revolve a little. Chest slowly revolves, chin maybe lifts to the sky. When you're ready, inhale, breath resets, that hand reach. Exhale. Next inhale, breath. We're going to reverse the warrior. So other direction. Always feels nice to counter twist after that extended angle. And then we'll reset here. So I'll give you a couple of options here for our next move. It's our Ardha Chandrasana. So you can start here from extended angle and sort of hold on to the knees, quite a nice thing. Shuffle the foot in. And then coming either reaching for the ground to come up, or I mean, if you've got a block or a chair, I don't know if you've got any props at home, into our Ardha Chandrasana. And then the other option is if the balance is really, really good, you're just coming straight from warrior two. So I'll cue for the sort of hand on the knee and the shuffling one, because that's the one I usually go for. So take hand and knee, top hand to head, just to reset your body a little bit. We're going to shorten the stance, so walk that back foot in. We're going to take ourselves all the way forward, slowly pulling the weight off the back leg. If the balance is there, you can start to lift the leg and reach the hand. But if you do have a chair or a block or something, you can take the hand to that. Extend to the back heel. Reach to the top hand. Good. You can see you guys out there. That looks pretty good. Nice balance. All that side body strengthening work, keeping us strong and open. Long through the side. Good, we're going to step it back. So we're going to come out the way we sort of came in, step back to warrior two and reverse. Reverse it up and over. Good, and then we'll windmill all the way around. Just as we did before, it's just going to be the right hand coming down to the ground. And we're going to be revolving. Interesting. Into, left fingertips to the sky. So I can see you guys as we do the next bit. So the options for the next bit here, you can lower the knee and take the supported side plank again, or you might want to try up on the toes. It's totally up to you. You are the one who knows your body the best. I'll take the high one because we have done the other one before, so You know where to go if you're doing the supported side plank. So I swiveled onto the side of my foot. I did the same little walkity walk with that top foot. And then when you're ready, you can always stay here. This is kind of maybe a midpoint actually. You're sort of in the full, but you've got the support. Or you can stack. Stack into the side plank. Good. Making sure the side body's turned on. And then the option, if you want a little bit more here, we've already prepared for this, is to take the tree top leg. Ooh. Remember, you can just be down at the calf. It doesn't need to be all the way up the thigh. Take one more breath wherever you are. Doing well. And we'll swivel around the plank position. Knees or toes. Taking a little flow if you want, or maybe taking yourself back to child's pose. You're totally welcome to do that. You may want to rinse it out, or you may just want stillness. Let's take 2 breaths here. You can be in child's pose, or finishing your vinyasa off in your downward facing. When you're in, we're coming back up to downward. You were in child's pose. We're going to take ourselves back up to the top of the mat. So a big bend in the knees, little steps, big steps, or a hop to the top of the mat. When you get there, we'll halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fall forward. Ground through heels, inhale, all the way to standing. Exhale, hands out center. Take a pause. Ground through heels. Long body. And then when you're ready, we're shortcutting and we're stepping the left foot straight on back, swiveling heel down, warrior 2 pose. Straight away. Not mucking around with down to the mat. And then elbow to neck, we'll come into our split side angle. Long body here. Maybe checking that that foot that the arch is lifted, even with the angle of the leg, you can still lift the arch to get that activity on the inside of the leg. From here, we'll take, we're going to stay with the elbow, and we'll take the arm around behind us. So just reach the fingers to the sky, and then turn the palm all the way around so that rotates the shoulder joint. Yep. That's one you did. Yes. And then bend at the elbow and take the back of the hand to the back, low back. Little roll of the shoulder. So roll the shoulder back and down. Let's just allow yourself to get a little rotation through the chest. Chin lifts. Oh, this is extremely on this side. We're going to be bent for a little bit longer. We'll reach the fingers back up. We'll reverse the warrior, reaching up to the sky. Other direction. So right fingertips to the sky, reverse the warrior. Good. And then we'll reset. Taking hand to knee, hand to hip. We're going into our Ardha Shandrasana, our half moon. Short on the stance a little bit here. Little scoop on in. So we're transferring our weight onto our front leg. Maybe lighten the heel, come up onto the tippy toes. And then you might just want, kind of with those nice geographical points to hold on to, your hip and your knee. You might just want to play, lifting the toes. And if that's feeling good, you can take yourself sort of more into the pose here, sending the heel behind, lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. Out, maybe grabbing a plant if you've got one, or a block or a chair for the front hand if you want. Support. Good, I'm going to come out the way we came in. So stepping that top foot all the way back down the mat. Reverse the warrior. And we're back up and over. All the way. One more the arm. Left hand comes all the way down to the ground. You can keep the back knee lifted, or you can lower if you want to do the supported side plank. It's totally fine, that option. Great option, in fact. So straight back leg or bent. You can get that top hand lifted, that It just helps me with my kind of that line that we're about to put weight into. So top hand lifted, pushing through the underneath hand. Little swivel of that front foot. Staying here. Second option, straight underneath leg, but supported with the top leg, or stacking the feet. Maybe taking that option to have a little play with tree pose. And now side plank. Oh, that's the next one. Good, little breath here, maybe one more push, then underneath hand. Oh, and then when you're ready, we'll swivel all the way up at plank position. You can take this off through a red cycle, through chaturanga, through upward dog, downward dog, or let's just go straight to child's if you want a little bit here. Totally up to you. Wherever you are, downward dog or child's pose, 2 more big deep breaths. Alrighty, from here we're going to press up onto our hands and knees. I'm going to rotate myself around just so you can see what I'm doing a little bit easier, but you guys just stay where you are on the mat. We're going to take our right knee, so we're on our hands and knees. We're going to take our right knee in and underneath us. It's a bit dark, you guys can't see me, but you're going to take your right knee in and underneath. And then you're going to cross it over. So that right foot is going to come all the way over the back foot. So then your knees are meeting at the front and your feet are going to go wide. And the idea here is we are going to sit between our feet. So if you've got that cushion handy or maybe a block, you can sit back onto the cushion. But if you've got flexible hips, you might be able to sit all the way back in between the feet. You can always let that top knee release a little, or keep it really close. So this is well, in English, cow face. I can't remember the Sanskrit, but a nice release for our outer hips. Those are the ones that have been working for us in our side plank. So maybe staying here, the arms for the cow face. We're going to do so we've got right knee on top, don't we? Yeah, so left hand underneath, right elbow on top, and clasping. Mentioned before, grabbing the thumb or the palm or the wrist. And then sometimes I like to play around a little bit with the shoulders here. So you might want to sort of almost as if you're sliding the forearms up a wall. You're kind of not changing the angle, you're just sliding them up. So it gets into a different part of the shoulders. And then maybe you can allow your elbows to come into the chest, allow the hands to come down, and you might start to roll and fold at the spine a little bit. And then the other option here, if you really want to get nice and deep into the hips, is just to forget the arms for a moment and come forward. Quite a nice forward fold. Gets pretty deep into the hips. Wherever you are, still got the arms bound, just untangle those and coming back to seated if you were folded. And we're going to take a twist. So again, sort of left hand to knee, just to kind of use that knee to take a little bit of traction around the corner here. So it's a super simple twist. Right hand comes in behind the lower back. We'll just twist it open nice and gently. It's not about how far you can turn. Keep the spine nice and long. Remember that little tuck at the chin keeps the back of the neck long. All the way around. And then when you're ready, we'll come back around. Now we're going to come out the way we came in, but if you want to, I can see my partner here wants to just unravel and then recross on the other side, but I quite like going in and out from the hands and knees, but it's totally up to you. So either just unraveling and crossing the other leg over, or coming forward onto hands and knees, crossing, and then recrossing with the left knee over the top. Feet go wide, slowly making your way back in. You can always use a little bit of height, whatever that is, a blanket or a towel or anything to lift you up a little bit if that is uncomfortable, or just release the top knee away a bit as well. Always a good option there. So maybe just noticing how this side feels. I feel quite wonky somehow on this side. Always going to be different. On our hips, they're not the same. And then when you're ready, you can take the bind with the arms, or if you didn't really like the bind with the arms, you can just go straight into forward fold. It's totally up to you, but if you are binding with the arms, we've got the right arm. Maybe if you found the arms and you want to take a fold just for a couple of breaths, you can do that now. And then when you're ready this time, we definitely don't need to go back to our hands and knees. We can just grab the knees, take a couple of the old windscreen wipers, I call them, which always feel quite good after a little bit of heavy work. Wow, we didn't do a twist on that side. We'll come back, cross the legs back over. We're not gonna not twist on the other side. So maybe just a little bit more comfortable with the cross leg. You don't have to have the knees super close together. And we'll take the left hand behind us down to the lower back, right hand to knee, a little twist around, keeping the chest tall, collarbones broad, spine long. And when you're ready, we'll unravel now, and we can come to lying down on our back once again here. We're going to keep the knees bent up just because we're going to do a final bridge pose. Open through the front side of the body a little. So knees are bent, heels are fairly close into the buttocks, hands relaxed side to side. Big, deep breath in. Press through heels, lifting hips, exhale. Open through the chest, a little bit of squeeze through bum. We'll take one big, deep inhale breath to expand the chest more at the top of the bridge. And then we'll exhale to lower down. See how slowly you can lower down through the spine. Tailbone, last thing to arise. So see if you can hold on to that tight pelvis. And we'll take one more like that. Big, deep inhale breath, just in rest position here. Our exhale lifts us up. Press through heels. Big inhale at top. If you can lift and expand a little bit more through the chest. And our exhale rolls us slowly, slowly, slowly down. See if we can articulate through the vertebra. Everyone, last thing to arrive. And I invite you just to take maybe one or two little movements if your body needs them, maybe just a rock and roll on the back or a child's pose here before finding your Shavasana position. So a nice restful position here. Legs can be long or bent, whatever feels comfortable at arms by side, arms on belly. Shoulders relaxed, forehead soft. Jaw soft. See if we can just for maybe 5 breaths here at the beginning of our Shavasana. Keep our attention and our focus on our breath completely. So really notice the air that comes in. The nostrils fills the lungs. Notice the air as it goes out. Let the body relax a little bit more on the exhale, maybe 2, 4 more breaths like that. Focus completely on the exhale. Now, after those couple of breaths, you can just let your mind wander here for a couple more. So just release the kind of focus of the mind and just let it go to where it wants to go. Let's take a big deep breath in here. Take a final sort of fill belly, fill the lungs, hold it at the top, hold it at the top. Maybe sip a little bit more air in again. And open the mouth to side or out. Start to bring a bit of movement back to the fingers and the toes. And taking as much time as you need. There's no hurry, there's no rush. I mean, in your own time, you can always stay there for a bit longer if you wish as well. But we'll sort of close practice as we usually do up in a seated position if you'd like to. Rolling over to the side. Feel free to stay there as long as you need. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Really appreciate the focus of your practice today. And you have any feedback or questions or